Welcome back to Ethereans community, guys. It's Rudy here again. Thank you for following us and for subscribing to the channel. We've just hit 200 subscribers, which is a small number in the grand scheme of things, but we're really proud of it. If you haven't subscribed yet, press the red button and the little alarm bell to get notified. We're also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram if you want to follow us on those platforms as well. In today's video, we're going to continue to talk about delegations and particularly about Ethereans community delegation. So we're going to give you some tips on what we are going to be doing, and as we're approaching the E-Day, it's going to be really exciting. Stay with us. So guys, we're only a handful of days away from November 21st, which officially is the launch of the new EthereansOS platform we've all been waiting for. And as part of that, the EthOS team have actually been publishing some good content over the last few weeks. There is 3 pieces of content already out, which you can see in the description of this video. And there's 2 more coming up over the next week, which you can see on the screen here. Usually, you might have noticed that my buddy Stefan is not with me. And the reason for that is that as we're growing the business, we have decided to basically give ourselves some more defined roles. So over the next few videos, we're also going to introduce you on who's doing what, so that it's all going to make more sense. Now, going back to today's theme, delegations. This is something that we've talked already on a couple of occasions. You remember last summer there was a pitching session that EthOS organized where groups like ourselves, Max Flyer, which we introduced in one of the last videos, all talked about their delegation projects. In a nutshell, delegations are a very integral part of the EthereansOS ecosystem. They allow people like us to basically run and deliver projects which are designed to add value to the EthOS ecosystem in one way or another. And it gives users like yourself the opportunity to block your OS tokens on a particular project that you like, in return for the opportunity to get involved in the conversation, to vote on the direction that we're taking, and to obviously get directly first touch with what's happening within our projects and some of the other delegation that you are going to hear about as we go along. During the pitching session, we gave you an initial overview on what our plan is, and we've also written a white paper that we're going to update very soon with the latest developments that we have been pinning down. But essentially, for those that are not familiar with the Ethereans community and you haven't followed us maybe on this channel before, we are the voice of the community. We are essentially trying to make sure that as many people as possible out there hear about this amazing project, and we're trying to articulate everything in a language that can be easily understood even by non-techie people, which sounds like it's something that perhaps has been missing a bit so far within EthOS. Okay, so going into what our delegation is planning. So to this point, you would have noticed we've been quite active on all of the main social media platforms. We've been posting and reposting content of EthereansOS. We've translated some content to make it more approachable by normies. And we always also continue to do these videos, which I hope you guys are finding useful. But as delegations kick off from November 21st, everything is going to be a lot more structured. So we thought it was fair to actually give you a little bit more insight on what we have in mind, but most importantly on how we're going to be utilizing some of the funds that are going to come from the EthereansOS treasury, thanks to obviously your support if you decide to promote our community and to firm your tokens onto the project. So things might vary from now over the next few months, but we already created like a little breakdown on how we are planning to invest the funds, and we want to be very transparent to you guys so that you know exactly what's happening. And of course, if you do decide to support the project, you're also going to have an opportunity to vote on some of the directions that we are potentially taking and have a voice into what we do as well. But just to give you some rough numbers, part of the idea is obviously to make sure that our community can grow, but most importantly that EthereansOS as a project grows, okay? So as a result of that, there are certain funds that are going to be allocated towards making sure that we can continue to do what we do here, we can do it better, more consistently and more professionally, and others which are going to impact directly Ethos as a business, okay? So the biggest chunk of our the treasury funds that we're hopefully going to get access to are actually going to go directly back to the promotion of EthOS, which we're going to be doing thanks to a number of different advertising initiatives, which can be, for example, getting in contact with particular influencers and making sure that they can talk about the project, do some straight Google advertisement or social media advertisement, anything essentially that will spread the word about EthereansOS to people that are not currently part of this amazing community. And that's going to be like the 35% of the treasury funds that we'll get. Second, after that, it will be the promotion of Ethereans community. Okay, so ways that we can come up with so that we can increase the number of subscribers, increase the followers on the social media, do anything possible to make sure that more people come on board, and that will also indirectly impact the growth of EthereansOS as a whole. And that's going to be a 20%. After that, 15% are going to go towards salaries, right? So like any other business, we need to make sure that those that are putting the effort and the work into doing what we're doing are rewarded. And that's really just a symbolic token to make sure that, we can do what we do on a consistent basis. And we like to think that at some point we're going to be able to tell you that every Tuesday there is this piece of content coming out, and then every Friday there is this that you can come up. And as you can realize, that requires bodies, it requires time, and as we said in the past, we are trying to juggle this with all our full-time jobs, so that's like a really, really important part as well. So that's going to be the 15%. Another 15% of the treasury funds are going to go towards farming and liquidity, which we think is actually really, really important. So what that means is that we're going to take a chunk of the treasury amount, 15% in this case, and we're actually going to buy OS tokens with it, and we're going to put them towards providing liquidity under farming contracts. And then finally, a 10% is going to go towards the equipment. And by equipment, I mean anything that we may require to, improve the production value of our content and do things better and bigger. So that could be things like, getting some proper camera equipment, getting some stage setup, getting, for example, some microphone. Hope you can hear the quality of the sound here, but it's actually being recorded with an iPhone as we speak, So all of that kind of stuff. And then finally, this is something that is actually extremely important for us, and we did say that as well when we did the pitching session in the summer, is charity. So we want to make sure that we're giving something back to the community, and 5% of all of the earnings are actually going to go towards charity. We haven't decided what charity we're going to support yet, but perhaps that's something that we can also put up to vote once delegation are fully kicked off. So if you guys have got any ideas already, you're more than welcome to drop us a message and let us know if there's something that is close to your heart. Now, these are the numbers that we've set up so far. There are going to be some changes as we grow. For example, as we get going next month, one of the first things that we need is the equipment. So buying the equipment in the first place is a big expense on day one. So there is a chance that we might spend a little bit more than the 10% that we have allocated on month one, but potentially that percentage will decrease as we go along, and the remaining value will be added to some of the other components. Okay, I don't want to go into much detail about what other stuff we're thinking about, but there are I've been brainstorming with the guys, and we're going to be doing things like events, whether they're virtual, in person. There are a lot of really, really cool stuff that we can come up with, and having more time invested in the project will make sure that we can also continually add value to you guys that are watching us from home. On that note, if you've got anything you'd like to see or any suggestions on things that we can improve, or if you've got an idea on where you think we should spend our funds, feel free to get in touch and give us some ideas then. I don't want to drag this too long, so I think we're in a good shape now. Obviously, as soon as the platform is launched on the 21st, we are going to get, including ourselves, we're all going to get some more information from the founders. We're going to understand a little bit better the dynamics on how EthereansOS works. As part of what we do, we're also going to do a tutorial on the new platform. We're going to sort of go through every single feature and take you through what the platform is going to look like and what it does. And we're also post-launch going to be doing some more interviews with some of the co-founders and bringing some more faces behind the screen, so that we can get you closer to the people that are actually involved directly with delivering the project. On that note, I think we'll wrap it up here. We are super excited. November 21st, save the date if you haven't done that yet. It's only a few days away. It's going to be really, really good. And I've heard there are going to be things coming out with the platform that we have not been told yet. So I'm really, really looking forward to see what they look like. Once again, if you haven't subscribed to the channels, please do that. It really, really helps us grow and move forward what we do. And on that note, we'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.